think we have a really rich diversity of both wards and residents represented in our schools, and especially at the high school level, and potentially reaching some of the youth that they might not be old enough to serve on a board, but this is something that they might be able to come and attend as part of a civics class or something. So I think we have a great opportunity there to possibly to partner with the schools or to reach out through the schools.
Yes, I've done some outreach efforts with the schools. Both Tom and I have participated in the, is it the Student Volunteer Night, the mayor's recognition, the mayor's recognition event. I've also gone into the schools and worked with some of the student groups and was able to connect where, when we had our last Juneteenth events, we were able to tap into that resource at the high school, and we brought in, I believe, 3 different high school recent grads. They were graduating, they had just graduated, but we had been building relationship with them throughout the year.
But Peggy, I think your feedback is really helpful, just the idea of, we've tried several different events, and the feedback that you give, that which ones are working and which ones are not good timing for us.
Yeah.
That way we can repeat the same ones and maybe work to create ones that are similar to what you're suggesting.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering, just in terms of applications, do you notice you get more applications? I mean, a lot of people pick up applications at the farmer's market. Have you gotten many in from either the farmer's market or Jetty Roads or some of the other things? 0, huh? Okay.
Well, not 0, but maybe 1. I've had a lot of conversations where, as you have been with me when we have those conversations, I think people are really excited about participating, but I think life starts lifing, and then they forget.
Yeah.
Or, that, something gets in the way and they forget to apply and stuff. So that's why I think it's important to get out wherever we can. So whenever there's an opportunity, I know it may not generate an application, but it gets the office out there, it gets both of the boards that we staff into people's understanding that we are here, your voice is needed, and perhaps that they will remember that one day and say, oh, I think I'm going to do that. Because I know people are, they're busy and a lot's going on. But just having that information, I think, is strong enough, because I've had people call the office for services because they heard about what we did at one of these events. So I don't think it's fruitless.
Yeah.
I think it may not generate our purpose for being there, but it is generating understanding of the office.
That's important. Okay, thanks.
And thank you for everyone's continued outreach for the board. Let's move on to G, new business. I don't believe there's any pending appeals that are scheduled to be heard. I guess I can report, I did meet with the mayor and spoke about the board with the new administration. I think we had a good conversation. I think there's discussion about what this board has dealt with in the past regarding the different areas that to address changes, some internally or with, just at the board level, and some with the ordinance. Let me see if I can look at some of my notes here. A lot of what was discussed, or I did share with the mayor the list of things that we discussed with, or went over and voted for at our meeting in May of last year, which is May 29th. It's that meeting. I forget exactly what time, but if Renee, if you wanted to watch this, I can share that with you, of what we approved or what we think should be changed with the board. That was discussed with the mayor. I think there was a lot of agreement on changing some of those things. So, stay tuned for those updates. We also discussed what we've changed, what has been improved since, or in the past. Again, I think we have support from the administration about moving forward with this. It's more a question of, implementing it through ordinance changes and then also doing it here at the board level. There was a lot of discussion about using this board as kind of the sounding board for policy level changes, or being an opportunity to review police policy if there was some proposed changes, taking some of that, or at least being a first sounding board for the public to comment on those changes, perhaps be useful to the city council in reviewing those questions at their leisure. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I can report as far as new business, outside of not doing any individual reviews of complaints. I think that's it as far as new business. Let's move on to H, the officer's report. Ms. Boyd.
You stole some of my thunder, so I just crossed out that one.
Carla.
I'll just jump right
Well,
over
it's-
it, no
yeah,
problem.
If I missed something, I'm
You can
sure.
repeat it.
I'll just jump right over that one. I'm reporting from, the last meeting is early July through August of, to today. There were 3 citizen complaints submitted during the reporting period. All are in the investigation period. One for being pulled over for no reason, and these are comments directly from the complainant. We don't have the completed investigation. Failure to generate a police report for an accident, inappropriate comments about a complainant on body-worn camera video. All of these complaints are in the portal. You will find them in the 2025 file. And then I'm skipping over that one because it was basically that Mr. Allegretti and I met with the mayor for that formal meet and greet and everything else that he said. The office responded to 1 Freedom of Information Act request for complaint information, worked with the UPD staff, the Urbana Police Department staff assigned to the CPRB to update the filing system for TASER reviews and to ensure all information is in the portal and organized for future reviews. Lieutenant Cervantes and Wendy Murphy, I can't remember what her official title is, but she's the one who prepares the videos, prepares the redactions for the reviews. We've been working, and they are very organized. They put together, Lieutenant Cervantes put together a spreadsheet where I now know what my tasks are, and I can hit a button, and when I've completed it, and I know what I need to complete, when it needs to be complete, very organized. So I think internally, we'll see a much better process, and you will see all of that information in the portal, very organized.
Great.
Mayor Williams and I met with our new member prior to her appointment. Renee's nameplate, it's been ordered, and we are working with IT to get your city email, and we will update the website by adding your city contact information to the website. Recruitment activities, Tom attended Neighborhood Nights recruitment events at Blair Park on July 2nd and Crestview Park on July 9th. And I recruited for board membership at the Market on the Square on July 26th. We had other dates, but those are the ones that haven't been reported on yet. Event happenings, both events were sent to the group via email. Registration is open for the 3rd Annual Black Mental Health and Wellness Conference. It will happen on Saturday, September 20th at Parkland College. The link was emailed to the members on Monday, and it's a free event, and everyone is welcome. I'm going to be going. I've already registered. I believe this is an important event. And so I'm going to be supporting it, and I would love to have any one of you or all of you join me there. They have a slate of sessions that seem very interesting. I even asked, I said, can you do this session twice? Like, so I can go to this one and then go to that one after? They're thinking about that for next year, so I had to make the hard choice this year. But they have really good sessions scheduled. When you go to the link, I'm not sure if they have the agenda out yet, but I had an inside track, so I know about them. But when you register, I think you have to choose which session you want to go to. Illinois Commission on Discrimination and Hate Crimes, in partnership with the City of Champaign, City of Urbana, and the Illinois Department of Human Rights, is hosting the 2025 Illinois Together Against Hate Conference. It will happen on October 21st, 2025, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the iHotel in Champaign, and that is also a free event. And with both events, I believe lunch is provided, and breakfast also, and then snacks throughout the day.
Can you say that, the name of the conference again?
It is the 2025 Illinois Together Against Hate Conference.
21st, and is that a day, evening or daytime?
It's 8 to 4. It's a full day.
And that's a partnership with Urbana-Champaign, and did you say the campus as well? There was a third.
No, it's the Illinois Commission on Discrimination and Hate, and then the Illinois Department of Human Rights. That's the state department that governs what I do.
What you do, okay. Huh.
They're the state level of what I do.
And if we're interested in that, do we register through you, or?
No, I sent the link in the, all the information to register is in the 2 emails.
Oh, okay.
If you go in the email, it'll say register here, I believe. And when
Okay.
you click on that, it'll also give you some additional information about the conference and then how to register.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And that is the end of my report.
Great, okay. Excuse me, thank you, Carla. So the complaints, just, Renee, I think you're aware of how this works, but just to explain it, since you're new, we review if the complainant is not satisfied with the office, or with the chief's decision. If they decide to appeal, that's when we actually will get involved and we'll review any of those complaints if they take them. So if they're satisfied with what has been discussed or the decision from the department, then we'll review, or then we don't review. If they're not satisfied, they can appeal, and then we will, there's one of 3 ways we vote. It's in the ordinance as to whether or not we affirm the decision of the chief or we don't affirm. We can send it back for more investigation. We can, it can be resolved through mediation, and I believe there's, gosh, I'm blanking on the last, there's one other way we can vote. It's escaping me at this point, but those are the main ones that we hear.
They are outlined, I believe.
It's all in the ordinance, it is.
So if you go to the appeals section, they are outlined there.
Okay. Let's move then. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, Peggy.
If you, either you or Tom know anything, just wondering if there's any update on the status of the work of the Alternative Response Task Force, that I think the council approved funding for the consultant that's gonna work with them to help, roll out their work. But, so much of that, I think August, if I
I believe it's fairly
so much
recent.
of their work, the Alternative Response Task Force will really complement, I think, much of what we're trying to do here. So I'm sort of hoping we stay apprised of what they're doing and kind of inform one another as appropriate. But that was the alternative that came out of the very done work with our law enforcement and the community that we set up. Response Task Force, which everyone was real excited about.
I believe the approval was to begin that process of putting that together. I don't believe that that's put together yet.
Yeah, I think we're awaiting a
You're- Yeah,
report or products from
I think
the
we're, yeah,
hiring. They've hired a consultant group,
I
another one.
believe so, or they're in the process of
Yeah.
hiring one.
Right.
I know they've established a task force, the individuals are gonna be on it, or at least we've been sent that. I don't know if maybe.
I can follow up. I'm not sure where that is at this point.
And then it kinda got stalled and, you know, you hate to lose. I should just leave it on all the time. Okay, that would be great.
I don't believe they'll lose any momentum.
Okay.
I believe it's all been in the loop.
Good. All
But
right.
I will follow up to get a definitive answer
And
for
keep
you.
us- That'd be great. Yeah, I look forward to being, you know, being active on this board when that is operational too, because I think that'll help. You know, we talk, you know, that our main focus of what we do is on responding to complaints and appeals, but an equally important part of our mission, which we haven't really had time to do much of, which is, you know, but it's outlined in the ordinance, and it is about a systematic means by which to achieve continuous improvement in police-community interactions. And that's CPRB's job, and I feel like we haven't had adequate time to do that because, well, for a host of reasons. But I think that was one of the reasons behind, at least my motivation for wanting to meet a little bit more, is that give us a little time to explore that part of what is part of the ordinance assigned to us. And I think Mayor Williams is certainly supportive of that, too, is my understanding.
I would think so.
So, good. Okay, we'll stay tuned. I'll stay tuned then. Thank you.
I'll have an answer for you, and I can either email it out or you probably don't want to wait until the next meeting.
No, I mean, whenever you, I mean, nothing's going to happen between now and then, so whenever you find out, I'm sure we'd all,
I can email it.
yeah, to the group. Thank you.
Any other discussion on the officer's report? Okay, we'll move then to the announcements. The board still has 3 vacancies. It's a 7-member board. There are 4 of us now. We need 3 to hold a quorum. But of course, we'd like to see a full slate of 7 members. So if there's anyone listening or watching and they're interested in applying, you can do that online through the city website, or you can reach out to the city and they can direct you. Our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, October 22nd at 5:30 in council chambers here. Those are all the announcements. I have any discussion on the announcements? Okay.
I just had one quick question, and this is just a little forward-thinking, but I was putting dates of meetings on my calendar, going with the 4th Wednesday. So the 4th Wednesday of December is the 24th?
Yes, and that has been pre-scheduled to be the 17th.
Okay, just
That- this
checking.
time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we went over all of the meetings for this year previously, and yeah, I think we avoided the holidays as,
Yeah, there might be, so I'm sure they'll give you the list of them. We probably have them scheduled through,
Well, that'll be
Okay.
the next one, of course, October, and then December
Yeah.
for this year.
okay.
and then we need to.
Then by the time we get to the end of the year, we ask the group to vote on a new schedule.
Right.
I believe we have to vote on that in October at the second to the last meeting, don't we?
I don't know.
Our-
Hey, we stay with the,
Our tradition
our
has been.
our Wednesday, unless somebody thinks there might be need for a change perhaps, I don't.
I believe we still have to vote on the schedule, and our tradition has been to do it, it was in November, because December meetings were often, we weren't sure if we would be able to have them because of the holidays and people were traveling and things like that, so we always did it the month before. So I believe we should put it on the agenda for October, since we're not meeting in November. But again, that is up to you guys.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know we had a schedule, but if we need to make changes to accommodate, I think we can do that as long as we we would have, well, not for October meeting, but for the future meeting, we would have to change that in October, so, but we can take that up then. We're required to meet at least 4 times a year or quarterly, but we're now set on a 2-month, every 2 month. But with that, I'd take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn our meeting at 6:21.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for your preparation and attendance.
Thank you.